So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Data+Women Zurich event. Today we will have like a short introduction, and then we will hear about our data muse for the day, Natalia. And we will also have time for some Q&A, so please don't hesitate to use the Q&A or the chat if you want to ask any question or spread some love. So what is Data+Women? The Data+Women is a global initiative with different chapters around cities. And our main goal is really like to promote women working with our own data and just create a space for us to learn from each other. And we always say that it's data plus women, not minus men, so men are welcome to join. The team is very small, is Natalia Richer and myself. Some words about myself. I'm currently available for jobs, so you can absolutely call me. I will be happy to use my passion for data analytics in your company. So my achievement, I am a visionary and Tableau ambassador. My passion are obviously Tableau, enablement, cooking, walking in the forest, and also traveling. And you have here my QR code to lead to my LinkedIn account, and also my blog and Twitter. If you want to connect, I will be more than pleased. And then we have Natalia Richer. Natalia Richer is a data visualization designer. She's also a Tableau ambassador, and she has been participating for Iron This for several years now. And if you don't know her Tableau public profile, you should. It's very, very, very good. So I contrarily advise to do so. And you see, we share some passion with Natalie, like tableauing, traveling. And some word about V7s. V7 is being recording, so you can just relax. We'll email you the recording in the next days. And if you want just to keep in touch with us, you can obviously spread the word in social media and Data Zurich or contact us in LinkedIn. And don't forget to register in Bevy so you know when will be our next event and who will be our next data muse. Now I will just let Natalie to present Natalia.
Yes.
Our data muse for the day.
Yes, hello everyone. Oh, what a beautiful slide. That's right. Yeah.
Well, this is me, Natalie,
you.
presenting Natalia.
Yes,
Yes.
love that.
We had too many Natalies around.
Yes, thank you. It's such a nice, it's so nice to see similar names as always. Yes. Hello everyone. Yes, I'm a software engineer and BI analyst, and now I'm more like a data viz trainer, teacher, and data artist. I like data art and data visualization. I'm creating some fun comics about the field about data visualization, like educational one. I creating some creative project, create some beautiful data project, and I love it so much. And I try to, I'm working with some universities, reading lections and trainings, doing training for companies, etc. And I created a community. It was spontaneous, somehow just like wake up and I need community. Yes, and it was so much fun to chat with someone about data art, and it's like a really data art related community. We're talking always about data art and similar topics. It's so much fun. And yes, I'm so authoring a children book on data visualization with Alex Kolokolov. It's now in the middle, like it's on the road too. I hope we will share more sketches and fun parts about it. So yes, and today I wanted to tell you more about my way and my creative projects, several of them. So maybe could I share my screen? Or
yes, absolutely.
Better to do. Okay.
I will stop sharing.
Yes,
and
now
I will be able to share. Do you want to add something, Natalie Richer, about this presentation?
Yes, maybe I interrupted you. I think so. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah. I was thinking that like having the teaching, the data, the technology, and the passion for art is a powerful combination. So I can't wait to see what you share with us. And because I think this is what we expect from this kind of event. Thank you very much for being here, Natalia.
Thank you. Yes, and I think it wasn't so. Sorry for this mirror. It was so quite easy from the beginning, because I was like, I think I don't understand anything, and it's not this sphere of my interest are not related altogether. It's impossible to combine them all. And when I find how to combine them, it was such a happy situation. I was like, wow, it's so much fun. Yes, and I want to tell you about my projects, data art projects. And yes, I have a little presentation for you. Already I've mentioned this, everything. Because yes, when I begin to work after university, I begin to work as an engineer. 15 years I worked as an engineer. I draw scams, like technical algorithm scams, really difficult, boring, and long projects. And because my university was like about coding, about programming something, but in the company I was in touch more with technology, with electrical stuff. So it wasn't so interesting for me, but somehow I was just swimming with the flow, like, okay, this is a stable job. But when I became more professional, it was boring for me, and I begin to work with data a little when I was like on the higher level in the company, like the structure, hierarchy, and I worked with big amount of data. And I begin to create small charts. I was thinking, Tableau, it's working with some type of data creatively. How they're doing it? But I couldn't understand, because we didn't have many manuals at that time and tutorials. I just click in something and get away. But later, 2 years ago, I returned there and begin to go deeper in the community. Yes, and first steps, when I was studying the data visualization field, I begin to draw something because I love comics. I'm drawing the simple strips, comic strips, and I begin to draw the things I've studied myself not so far ago. But somehow people will begin to think that, oh my God, she understands the topic. She's like the teacher for us. And I was like, no, I'm really just a newbie. But it was so much fun. And the Data Visualization Society was founded at that year. It was, I think, 2018. This is the year of the beginning of my way in data visualization. I go to half day in my company. There was some restructurization, and I have a chance to do so. And half day I could use to create charts, to study new tools, to interact with society. In my country, there's not so many data visualizator at that time, and I didn't know them. I just go to the global from the first steps, and maybe that gave me a nice impulse to bring the information, bring the educational to my country, to my local communities, to help other people to understand the idea. Then I begin to draw some fun characters about instrument, about diagram, and the community loves it, and I love it too. And somehow, not like I became a popular, no, but I have someone who know about my drawings, and it was a really warm situation. I don't know. And later, I go deeper to the profession. I became a business intelligence analyst, begin to train other people with Power BI. I know Tableau, and I studied Power BI later in other company already, like half in one company, half another company, and in that visualization, not on full time, but still I have this possibility. It's great. I became a trainer, and I love it so much. I'm working with SMM, with some community, blogging, article writing to the topic of data visualization to help my company, because it was like BI company, about dashboards, about trainings. And I studied and helping others to study this topic and create dashboards. And it was like nice technical stack for me. But I found data art. It was so beautiful. I was like, oh my God, how they're doing it with the colors. I'm not a designer. Yes, I'm drawing these simple comics, like with simple colors, and somehow I could use two colors. It could look nice. not always. So, but it's just grab my attention always. I love this niche field, you know. I always try to find new projects, to explore them, to tell everyone about them. And of course, I wanted to try something, but yes, I think that maybe it will be better to start with something simple, like with a pen. Yes, my first project, friends, it was just I made the little worms from my friends. Like each worm is my friend. To the left is like old friends, to the right new friends, and other details like hobbies, where friends about connections, gender, etc., etc. And it was so much fun to create this project that of course I wanted to make something. I continued to create that art. At that time, the next project, the big one, it was really warm welcomed in communities. It was the Mason small family tree, because I love genealogy, and I collected the data about my family, and I love the Mason folk paintings with red birds, with red houses. I know I don't have the picture of the prototypes of these paintings. Yes, and I wanted to make this. There's a plate. Looks like a real plate, but there will be the data about my family, like the house is me, the big houses are my parents, birds are grandmas, etc., etc., and additional data like gender, distance, type of relationship, level of communications. Like it was my second big project, and it was, I think, I already put it in Information is Beautiful award a little later, because as you could remember, there was a little pause in the awards. But it got to a long list, and it got to a short list of some other journalistic database awards. And I was like, wow, I just made it in Figma myself. I didn't know that such a personal project could be interesting for someone, exciting, not just to me. So it was the next big step, because you don't see the charts here, but still I code a little data, small personal data. And I think it was a big step for me, because I'm like, okay, I have one nice project. Let's do second one. Yes, and second big project was about road traffic mortality, because the personal project, it's like a low level of responsibility, because it's your personal data. If you make a mistake, no one see it. So I recommend everyone to start with personal project. It's more easy, I think so. Yes, but this one was really big, and I used Rograph to make prototypes. I used Figma to work with it. I was on the maternal leave at that time, and I slept so little. And at night, when my baby just sleep like for half an hour, I was with my laptop on the knees, just with touch button with my finger. I was created this project. Curve this line, put these cycles in the order. This project is about mortality on the roads in the 20 countries, European countries, for 20 years. Here you can find many variables like GDP per capita, I think population, and the length of the roads in the country. And of course, the dynamic, these little rounds from the basement of the stem to the end of the stem is the dynamic from 20 to from the 2000 years to the 2019 year, 19th year, like for 20 years dynamic of mortality. And you could see here is like the thin and nice stems and really fat one. And I'm from Russia, Russian Federation, and my stem is quite a fat. Not the fattest, but still, it's so sad for such a big country with such a big length of the road. As you could see, it's the maximum on both axes, but such a bad situation with the mortality. So I was really wanted to grab attention to this topic, because this topic somehow is sensitive to me. I don't know why. I don't have some tragedy in my family, but still, I wanted to make this project maybe more viral, to grab more attention to other people. And yes, and I made it with Figma. Yeah, I'm always drawing some strange persons. Yes, this is the Rographs. I love this tool. And with Figma, you could make it more beautiful. lovely. And how I created it. Yes, this is the slide I was looking for. So Vision Zero is quite a nice program, and especially in the north of Europe, it's quite a popular. And I wanted maybe make it more popular in our region, in our country, because I want our roads to be safer for people. Now we have really high level of mortality, and it's awful. We have really big range for, when you could make your speed higher the limits without fine. Like 20 kilometers. It's so much. Like you could just ride with 80, and it's okay. It's awful because it's like the biggest in the region, and the mortality level is biggest too. It's really sad for such a big country. So when I had this in my head, I began to create some, mood board, like trying to understand the idea how I want to see it. And of course, I love floral motifs. I love something natural, something, and I love blue palettes. I'm a simple person, and I get something like this. As you could see, has some nice floral elements. This is several color palettes. And the first idea was to create scatter plot. It's almost like the final version, but maybe the cycles became lesser. Use petals for the dynamic. And like the size of petal will show the dynamic for 20 years, and there will be 20 petals for each flower. And it will I think it's a popular pattern in data art. But when I begin to prototype it, to work with it, somehow it doesn't looks well. It don't look well. And I change my idea. I go for these strange flowers. Somehow, I didn't want to make the bloody project, because death, of course, it's a blood. It's a sadness. But I wanted to make a calm sadness with blue color, maybe with some medical thinking. There's blue and white, like a clean and sad, but not bloody and crying, somehow like that. And when I see this picture, I was like, what a nice and beautiful flowers. They are such a delicate. They're so delicate. And I think about these stems and trying to put these little cycles on them, using the head for the GDP cycle, for the GDP variable, and use the scatter plot with ranging axis for other stuff. Zero problem with the project because I worked with raw graphs. This is a tool for prototyping data visualization, open and really nice. But first of all, I begin to make scatter plots for each country. But after that, I saved all elements and put it to the Figma. I understand that the mapping of all data sets is different, and because there wasn't any connection between the data I gave the tool. So later I found the better solution, the SQL packing data visualization, and I could get all bubbles together with nice sizing without some overlapping. So the little countries will be little, the big will be bigger, not like normalizing all together with the same size. That's what I needed. And after that, it was like the really manual work to just put these little elements near this stem. That's it. I have many variants for legends. It was really not so simple because I wanted to. There are many big amount of data, also some minimal values, maximum values, size, x-axis, y-axis, size of the cycle. But it took really many iterations for me. But still, it was fun, and maybe that motivated me more. I draw fun sketches why I was into this project, and I posted them in my Telegram channel, like in my social media personal. And so people could see that I'm in the process, and I was motivated to finish the process because I already blab about it to some thousands of people. And then these sketches became a really big part of this project, and I like them so much. Now I couldn't draw such a beautiful sketch. Now I think they are cuter than my modern sketches somehow. maybe it's just some illusion. I don't know. So yes, this project have a mention and in long list, but still, I think it's nice. And I wrote an article about it in Nightingale. Oh my God, where is it? Yes, but it took a half a year to grab this project. It's even 2 spreads. I'm so proud. Great.
I read it, Natalia. It's a beautiful piece.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, because in Russia I'm in Russia, and we maybe you know, we have many restricts and many problems with communications with other country now, like sanctions, etc., and no bad postman connection, bad money connection. And of course, it was a problem for me to buy the journal, to get it. So I got it from my friend in Norway. It was laying there for half a year while there was an occasion, so she could give it to her relative. Her relative gave it to her mother. Her mother gave it to my mother. My mother traveled to my town and gave it to me like hand to hand. It was a happy event, but little long story. But yes, this is a life. So I don't know. I love this project because of this beautiful blue palette. I just love blue colors, maybe, and about the sketches. I think it's a beautiful part for me from now when I'm looking forward. So this is it. And after that, I think I became like a real data artist. I feel myself like a data artist. I have 3 projects, 3 data art projects. It's not so many, but still. It looks nice, and I was looking for community because yes, I have Data Visualization Society. Yes, we have a local Data Viz society in Russia. It's quite a nice. Yes, I have my community in my channels, like my readers. But you know, I read an article about Data Garden community. It was motivated me to create something myself, and I made a community for data art because. I begin to collect data art pieces from all over the world. I put it to the Notion. I grab more than 300 pieces of data art. I classify them. I like mention what tool, what topic, or which type of inspiration, what symbol is inside. And while I'm classifying and thinking about these data art pieces, I wanted to share my ideas and my joy with other person, and I found other people who love data art. The first one was Nadia Andrianova, and we have the video stream together, just like, you know, tete-a-tete. 2 girls wanted to chat in Zoom about data art and just make it a little more public. We have like 10 maybe visitors on our stream, but that visitors was data artists too, and later they became the part of our data art community, and we begin this practice to make more and more video stream about different topics like generative data art, handmade data art, material, illustrative, tools of data art in Tableau. Most of all these videos are on Russian, but 2 of them, one with Sofia Sparks and other with Anastasia Kuznetsova, are in English about data art in Tableau and about illustrative data art. So because we're international community, we have a few international members, so I'm proud of it. Yes, and I love the data art topic so much that I begin to share these ideas. We made this community. Now it's like 300 persons there, but at first day it was like 50. And I was overwhelmed with the idea. Oh my God, someone wants to practice data art with me. And I begin to create some tasks for them, some practice exercises. And first our project was to create data badges in different styles. So one girl made them like data portraits of each member in box. Second lady made it with flowers. One guy made it with interactive, beautiful badges, etc., etc. And we now have a nice collection of the data badges, but it was a great part. It was last year, like maybe in the beginning. And now our community maybe already 1 year from the born. So I love it so much. And maybe it motivates me to continue with exploring of field of data visualization and data art, and to mix different approach. Later, I create one more data art project. It's a diary of emotions. I collected my emotions during a month and put them into the color. But in the same time, there was a challenge for illustrators. Like we have to do the little sketch each day. And for the same month, I have the emotion, I have the sketch, and I was like, why I don't put them together? And now I have this strange doodle color data art project. So I think it's kind of experimental, but still I love it too. I begin to experiment more with database, like database for community of Dungeons and Dragons, some database for some company, and with some election databases for my students. So everywhere I just popularized the data art direction. I think it's nice. Yes, and this project is quite cool too. I use the warming stripes idea. Hey, I'm always blabbing about it. I love it so much. Yes, I made the climatic bracelet, and it was so much fun. Everyone is made in their scarves. I was like, oh, scarf is so complicated. I'm not sure I could change the rows with different colors. I think it's kind of too complex for me. I'm not so good with knitting. So I think the beads, I think it's nice. In the childhood, I made some bracelets. It's so simple. Everything will be okay. I cried so much. I cried so much during this project because it's so hard to get 8 shades of blue and 8 shades of red in articles and find the beads for the same mark and label. I just have so many struggles. I don't know how someone without PhD is working with beads. It's just too much complication with the size, with the length, with everything. I had problems with everything. It was broken 2 times during the process of creation, but the most struggling was to collect the shades of colors, of course. Then I bought a little machine for bracelet. I never used it, but it was kind of simple. I watched YouTube and okay, it's so easy. I begin to just chic connect the beads all together. But then I understand that my calculations are wrong, and I wanted to show like 100 years of data. But my bracelet isn't too big for this machine. And I was like, maybe I'll just turn it higher and continue it later. And I broke it. It was like, explode. I begin to fix it. You could see on the picture that there is something strange on the side of this bracelet. Yes, and I fixed it twice. And it's okay now. Maybe it's a little too fragile, but still, it was so much fun to create it. And it became shorter than 100 years. And it's okay, because if it will be longer, it will be for necklace, not for hand. So yes, I have problems with calculation, but still everything is for the best. When it was broken, it was a nice size for the bracelet. So yes, and I love it so much. And the new material for me, a new approach, new hobby. I never tried to do it. So I ring to my friend like via mobile and, oh my God, it was so much trouble. You should hear me, my eternal cry about this project. It was like for 2 or 3 months. Still, I love it so much. Yes. But I think I want to tell you more today about my last big project. It was continuous for 2 or 3 years, I think. So I will tell you about several stages of it. Yes, I finished it only this winter, near New Year, somewhere near the New Year day. I call it Travels on the Wind. And this project, it has 2 parts. The first one, it was an analog project. It was drawn by hands. Now it's looking like this. It's material. But the first stage was just some paper, some markers, and pen. Black pen, pencil, markers. That's it. Of course, I began from mood board. I don't know, for big projects, somehow I need it, because when I don't have the idea in my hand, I need to check a little. So I wanted to collect the data about my travels for past 10 years, for example, and visualize them somehow. Of course, I wanted more years, but the reality said it will be 10. no more, and not a year more. Yes, and when I was thinking about the travels and searching for Pinterest and saving the pictures, after that I was watching the board, and everything was with a light colors, with a sense of travels, with sea, with some shells, and with hanging element, with hanging shells, with hanging sea glass, and it looks such it has such a relaxing vibes around it. So I loved the aura, the idea of this project, and I wanted to continue it and to finish it. At that time, we with my little family, I already had my little girl born at that years, and we lived in Thailand for 3 months. And I was working, I was sitting with a baby, I don't have time for sleep. So it was not so easy time, but there was a sea around, the warm weather, many flowers, fruits. It still was like an adventure. And that's why I wanted to make a project about travel. And I collected the data. It wasn't so simple because I thought like, okay, I'll check my booking, I'll check my Airbnb, I'll grab all the data, and that's it. But I understood that I didn't have account on Booking and I didn't have account on Airbnb at that time. Okay, for several years, yes, but after 5, 6, 7 years, it's just an emptiness there. I was like, okay, I'll check my chats in Telegram as a messenger with my family, because I always send the photos to our family group chat. But I understand that even I doesn't have Telegram. I didn't have Telegram at that time. So I begin to search like my email, because it was ICQ at the time. Now I don't have this account. I was searching via mail. I was searching via photos, folders with photos, trying to understand which country it was, which month, which year, and who was with me together at the travel. So I could call them and said, okay, what was going on there? Where we were, what's the city, what's the name? And somehow like this. When I collected the data, like the 10 years was maximum, because the deeper it was like too many blank spaces in the data. So when I had my board with prototyping and my data, I began to sketch. I love sketching because you could just draw some beautiful stuff without some responsibility, especially in data art. So I was thinking maybe something like Dreamcatcher, maybe some wind singer, yes, when just beautiful music with wooden or with shells on the strings. So I was thinking something like this. I want to do maybe with like earrings, bracelets, because I love to collect earrings from the travel, and I thought about something with a waist, So I sketched like this, and you could see that left and the right elements look similar, like several strings and some rings on them. And this was my final version. I begin to think about it. I made a legend, like each string is a year, the vertical groups are for seasons, some symbols for type of travel, like vacation, visits, business. Region is for color for region, and of course size is the duration, and etc. Many details and symbols for how, with whom, where, how many people were with me, and what type of people. And of course a little information for ratings, like what's the rate of this travel and how many problems we had at this travel. It's like it's 2 different ratings, because sometimes a really big trouble, but I love it so much, and otherwise it was quite a calm travel, but I don't like it at all. So really different, and it was interesting to check the correlations there. And when I draw this legend just by hand, just by pencil, I begin to draw it with a pen. So here you could see the analog version of the project. This is interesting, the strings, the rings, and the legend bigger than the project. Yes. Also, I've added here is a little bigger. Also, I added more data layers, like last 3 years. I think it was 20, 21st, and 22nd. It was a COVID. So I marked the strings with blue, and there was the Asia travel in the beginning, and then the COVID begins. And after that, it was only green, little local travels, like in car together with my family, without some people, only to the nature somewhere. So then my little lady, little girl born in the 21st, and after that we traveled with her. Again, it's for relative, like to visit grandma, and we live in Asia for several months. I mentioned it already, and I have a little special mark for her, like this nice red petal. And it's so hard to travel without your baby when she's just born. Yes, and we have, the special military operation in Russia. It's a fearful time, so I marked it with a different type of string, because the atmosphere of these years, still for these years from the 22nd, it's not the same. After COVID, we couldn't just live calmly. No, we have other situation. That's it. So yes, I created this project, was kind of happy. It's mentioned on, sorry, it's mentioned on the information is beautiful, but I was somehow not satisfied with it, because it looks so much fun and I love the project so much, but when I photo it don't look so great. It doesn't look the so bright and interesting as I feel it is. That's why, yes, I had some sketches there. That's why I wanted to make second stage, because I was thinking it looks like something hanging. Why I couldn't make it material and hang something for real? And I think half a year I'm doing nothing about it, just thinking in passive mode. But then I begin to think I should do it, and how I could do it. I begin to think about material, because with material projects, I think it's a big thing. And I was like, maybe I should do, I could buy wooden rings for some, from some technical stores for some technical needs. And they will be different size. I'll paint them. Or maybe I should use clay and paint them. Or maybe I could buy some plastic rings from some kids place. I don't know. So I begin to think about it, and I couldn't find the nice solution. I even think about epoxy resin, so I could make it myself. It will be so half transparent with some glitter inside. But when I read about it, it's like a toxic. It's so hard to make it home, and I have a little baby, so it looks impossible. And of course, I have 140 rings. That was the main problem here. And my friend recommended me to do it, to 3D print it, like use a 3D printer. And she gave me a contact and said, I already tell them that you will call them, so just do it. And I was like, okay, my master, of course. And yes, I draw the map, which rings I need, the size, the weights, the lengths, and everything, the amount of pieces, the colors. Because they could use the different type of plastic, they could give me already colorful rings. It's more simpler than paint 140 rings myself. Especially not any paint works well with plastic, with wood, and maybe it will be too dark later. So yes, and I got, after a month, I got my rings, and I bought all materials, like rings of different, strings of different color, little beads. I got it from my bracelet project, many beads. And I bought more shells, plastic elements. Of course, there was different quality, different, I don't know, type. But still, I bought them and tried to collect all together. And I spent many months with putting them on the string one by one, putting them inside. And one bad idea, as you could see, here is this little tool, crimper. They use it in jewelry to fix bracelets, to fix elements in the jewelry. And I was thinking, okay, I'll put little metallic grips between elements, And later I will fix them with the scrimper, like chick, 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 and it will be all fixed on the height that I need. My y-axis will be fixed. But after I collected, after I collected all this data, I think to test the idea, and the scrimper it broke a ring. It broke a string every time. Like not every time. Okay, one or other. Once in a while it was broken, but I have to do it 20 or 30 times via each ring, each string. Why I always talking rings and strings? Oh my god, I just couldn't divide them. And I understand that it's impossible. And I spent so many time to collect all the rings on one string. If I broke it, I'll just will cry all night, and it's impossible. So I like, okay, I'll think about it later. I won't use this technique. I'll invent something. So I just continued to collect my strings because it was 10 of them, and it was a slow process. My little one loves to touch them, but she didn't ruin something. It was a great yes. And I even rent the tea hanger of my husband, and I took it for 3 months. He was like, "Give it to me. I need it. Why you gave it? Why you took it from me? Return it to me." I was like, "Okay. I'll buy the new one." On the left, it was like my personal. It's better because it has 10 nice element hangers, but the husband wasn't so useful and comfortable, so I just returned it to him. That's it. So yes, after that somehow I make the elements, and I wanted to hang them somewhere. It looks beautiful when you watch it closer, but I already love it. I was like, oh, I'll go to sea. I'll make a great photo session with them, with sparkling, with sun, with waves, with my friend. She's good in photography. I'm not. And there is big dreams, but there is like summer, the end of summer, September, October, November, December. And I am living in St. Petersburg. It's quite a northern city, and we have a really little amount of sunshine here. We're eating vitamin D in big doses. So I was looking in the gray and sad weather, hard and low clouds, grayish, and sea will be such a cold, gray, and unpleasant, and so far away, like more than an hour I have to ride there with this fragile construction. I was like, maybe I don't need sea. I just have to finish it already somehow, because I want to put it to information as beautiful of art, and it was like a deadline. I was like, okay, I have to finish it somehow. Yes. I so pleased that my little one played with my rings, with my beads, and she created herself something looks similar. Oh, it was such a cute element. Yeah, so I made several photos. Okay, so I have a second quest. As you remember, I have this problem with crimps. So I asked my community, oh my God, dear people, what to do? I have these problems of fixing elements on the string. How should I do it? And one person said, use epoxy resin. It's UV. You will just put it near the window and it will be fixed without something. Just became dry and hard. I was thinking, wow, a little resin cycles, little drops, and I will just drop it on my rings, like calmly, easily, and everything will be okay. Sounds great. Yes, everything go wrong. Okay, I bought the tube with this epoxy resin. It's toxic. And I was like, okay, my baby is in kindergarten. I have all day, not so sunny, but still all day before me. I could just put it in my kitchen. I use some cover, some paper. So I just have to put it on the specific coordinates, so everything will be in the season it have to be, and just drop the drops. Yes, I have the sunglasses because it was later. I'll tell later why. I have some mask because it's toxic. I don't want to breathe it inside. I had I think breastfeeding at that time, and I was like, oh my god, what will be with the milk if I inhale some toxic elements? Okay, and so I made everything. I make this dripping, and I was waiting for the sun, but it was December, and Saint Petersburg, and the sun wasn't so bright. But I was in the instruction. It was saying like, if you're using bright sun, it will take half an hour. If there is cloudy weather, it will be 3 hours. I was like, okay, 3 hours from 11 o'clock till 4 or 5, all days in front of me. 5-6 hours later, I checked the drops and they were liquid, toxic, liquid all over my kitchen. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't move it somewhere. And the kid was returning from the kindergarten. I was like, oh my God, what I have to do? I don't know what to do. And yes, I began to understand that maybe the sun from window wasn't so great in the winter. It wasn't enough. And I began to Google where I could buy really fast the UV lamp. It was like, you should wait for 2 or 3 days. I was like, oh no, I have a toxic thing on my kitchen and the little one near my door. I just don't have the time for this. Okay, still I have to lock my kitchen for the evening. And the next morning, after my kid gone to kindergarten, I'm doing this. I have a remote. I'm a remote worker, so I have this a little freedom about the daytime. So I trying to buy something, but I couldn't do it. And I go to my neighbor lady and asked, sometimes people has strange things. And she gave me really antique and old UV lamp, like, for kindergartens, they just, I don't know how they use it, like for kids' health because of vitamin D. So, and I grab it and begin to shine with it. I put my glasses on. I get these scary glasses, and they begin to shine on my construction, and nothing changed. like why? I begin to Google again, and I check that you need this voltage, this watt, the power, and my power of this lamp was like 100 times less. I can understand it's not so powerful lamp, but I didn't have the other option. So I just put the lamp between each drop and leave it for 20 minutes. So 1 or 2 drops became hard. And I made it one by one during the day, during the evening, and it consumed a big amount of time. But still, it somehow it worked. Yes, I never tell about this project before online, so
that's the best story ever.
I just put all my emotions here. Yes, but everything looks nice for the beginning, but later, then everything is like, okay, somehow almost everything was hardened, and I was like, okay, oh my God, I'm so tired. It's a deep night already, and I begin to remove these rings from this shining cover, and it wasn't removing. They were gluing together with this cover, and while I ripping them, they ripped from my strings, and I was like, okay, dear husband, give me tape. We will just fix everything with tape. So half of the drops were broken while removing. Part of them left liquid. So we fixed half of the project with tape. Yes, and the part of it is just dropping down with time, and I'm always fixing it again. So yes, but somehow this awful stage was finished, and I hang it on this beautiful branch, because together with my community member from the Flowers and Number community, that artist, she said like, oh my God, you need driftwood. Yes, nice idea. Let's go to the sea. We'll grab many driftwoods for your beautiful future project. It was still a summer. Just so you know this, I have many branches on my balcony for half a year. Yes, and now I choose one of them and hang the elements. Later make them like more compact on the right image. But I thought like, this driftwood isn't white. some of them are white and beautiful, but this one wasn't, because all beautiful white was too little, too small, or maybe too big for this project. And only the perfect size was brown. But I got white marker, acrylic now, and just paint this branch. So it would be more driftwood like. Yes, on this picture you could see partly white, partly white branch here. So yes, I didn't have my sea photo session, but I have beautiful near the window kitchen photo session. So somehow I made it with, with the urban landscape, with on the projector screen, with the dirty window. So yes, I didn't have the sea. It's so sad, but still I'm so happy I finished it. And I made some photo session, made some video about it, and just, oh my god, information is beautiful, take it. Because yes, and they postponed the deadline, and I was like, oh my god, I have time to finish my project. This is a fatum. This is a fate. Yes, and I finalized it in the winter. And of course, yes, and I just made these beautiful photos and was so happy. Oh my god, I'm so emotional now. Yes, and I wanted to share some sources of my community with you, because if you're interested in data art, please collaborate with us. We have many free data art materials on my website. English, Russian, we have 2 versions. I have a Substack letter, send letter about data art. It's a flowers numbers. You could find it easily, I think, in Substack or in my LinkedIn. And of course, we have our YouTube channel with several videos in English, but I think after this meeting, we will have more videos. So I hope it will help you to practice data art if you want, because I have simple tips for you, so you could begin to create your beautiful data art projects. Because yes, it's really interesting and so lovely. I recommend you to practice it a little. Of course, don't begin with such a complicated one. Never. It's better. It could be your 10th project. It's okay. But for first one, use free, simple tools like pencils, markers. It's okay. Use the tool you know. Use the tool you're comfortable with. It's really because in data art there is 3 important parts. You have to use the energy of your emotions. It's the best way to finish your project, because it's not so easy to finish projects, especially such complicated like data and art altogether. So the simple recipe is to use the tool you know and love, use the topic you love, and use the symbolic ideas you love. Let me show you some examples. Let me tell you about some examples. For example, you love to draw, you love flowers, and you are really emotional and think about, I don't know, dogs in your city, about poor dogs or something, or about kids, or about environment, global warming or something. So the topic you know, and because if you know the topic, you know where to get the data, you know the important parts, and you have the deep connection with the topic. It will be easy to finish your project. And especially when you will think, oh my god, my project could be viral because it's kind of beautiful, and more people will know about this topic. So you could think about like a little influential project. So, and you will connect these 3 elements: familiar tool, important topic, and some symbols. What is symbols? For example, one person from my community loves bugs, and she coded everything in bugs, and it looks nice because she loves bugs. She do it, and it's okay. Other loves flowers, and one person loves mushrooms, and she was like, I'm coding my friends in mushrooms because I can. Why not? So just do it. It's really works that way, and your project will be unique, because it's really low probability that someone in the world will have the same 3 elements to create personal data art project: the same data, the same tools, the same topic, emotional topic, and the same symbolic ideas that are close to you. So, and this will give you energy to continue and to finish, and you won't struggle with unfamiliar tools and unfamiliar data. Don't do it. Just begin simple. Yes, use pre-ready palettes. Google them. There are so many beautiful palettes. I am not a designer, as I said before, so it was a really big help for me. You could divide project to the little steps, like baby steps, because I've done many projects like that, just here and there, half an hour, 2 times a week. It was a rare situation, like, okay, I'll sit there for 8 hours and I'll finalize my project. Never. It was never like that. For young mothers, it's like impossible. Impossible. So it's okay to make little projects, drawn by hands with some patterns. Like I made Data Ink project. I was just Googling for interesting ink patterns on the Pinterest and trying to code the data, simple data about myself, my blog, my, calls with relatives, somewhat personal little data that easy to collect, and just code it, like Dear Data book. Something like this, even simpler. In some pattern, you could do it for half an hour and you already have the nice finished project. So you could do it that way. And of course, copy and fake it till you make it. It's a nice idea because I think it's really hard to begin from nowhere. You could use some other ideas and materials or maybe style to experiment with. And later, when you will be ready, of course, you will do something unique for yourself. You will want to create something unique. It's a normal situation. And yes, of course, find your bodies. Find your that special superpower. Maybe it will be a mushrooms, and everyone will. Oh my God! I know that girl with mushrooms. This is she. It will be, and maybe I love comics. Before the data visualization, I don't know, creative, my educational comics, I didn't think that I could connect my hobby and my work, my job. But when I could do it, it was wow. It was a really superpower. But it wasn't so easy to understand that I just could connect it. It sounded impossible for me at that time. And of course, yes, have fun and share everywhere your projects and ideas, especially if you made data art. Just send it to me. I will share it everywhere, save to my data art channel, send it to my data art newsletter, because there are not so many data art projects in the world. And like each one is precious for us. Some recommendation: use free tools. It's a Figma, so simple. It's aerographs, open, free, without registration and SMS. Yes, data, if you want make something bigger, not just personal data, use websites like World Data Bank or maybe Google Dataset Search. Use pre-made color palettes and Pinterest. Here is some useful links for you. So that's it. And my presentation, you could connect with me in LinkedIn. Maybe there is my website and Telegram nickname, and in Twitter is the same, I think. So I'll be glad to answer your question if you have them. So that's it for today from me. Thank you. Stop my
Thank you very much, Natalia, for the so inspiring presentation. And we can see all the emotion, and we share with you the incredible journey that you had. I mean, your superpower is as well like fighting with the elements. I mean, this is so much struggle. How do you come with so much resilience and so perseverance to go through all the struggle? I mean, this is impressive. You never give up. This is your superpower as well.
It was so much fun. I was struggling, but it was so much fun. And later I could tell everyone about the struggle. It was like, yes, I have some struggles. Yeah, it was a great adventure.
Yes, incredible.
It was a part of enjoyment.
There is some question for you. We have a question from Saiti. She asked if you could share the resources to learn data art, but I think you did at the end. But do you have any more recommendation that she could use?
Yes, I will send you the PDF from my slides, and on my website, on the community page, we have like the exercises for data art. Like create a little portrait, create something, create some practice. And we have many materials like videos, articles, books. All I have collected about data art, I put there. So anyone could just read it. We have an English version. So yes, just visit the website. I think it's, I don't remember the URL of my, it's eola.tilda.vc. And yes, and here find the community page. And that's it. I hope you will send them link, or maybe you could find the link on my slides.
No, you will send your link, so you can share with us like the link of your presentation,
Yes.
the link of
Okay, so
the website,
you could get them.
everything, and I will put everything on the YouTube channel. So don't worry, we will share with the audience.
Yes, we have Deepa as well that wanted to know kind of the same question, in fact. How can someone begin data journey and tool that you need to know? So I can think it's related to the first question from Thaiti, and so I think you answered this one as well. Do we have any more question maybe in the chat?
I have a question, Natalia. You are very, very talented on drawing.
She's an artist.
All the time. I don't show my sketches, and I do sketches, but I don't show them.
No, I betted with drawing. I just could read a little sketchy with, with pumpkin faces. That's that's only what I can do. I couldn't do the real drawing.
And I saw some sketch that you already share some of your project of the book for kids. The drawings are fantastic that you show, but I am even surprised that you don't.
The cover isn't mine. It's the illustrator.
Exactly. I'm surprised that you didn't like take on the challenge to also draw there.
I wanted, but my co-author was like, I tried one page. I'm not so good with anatomy, and all my person were just like some chibis with simple emotions, with strange faces. Yes, I'm not so good at drawing, so I wanted to do it. And of course, it's so many time consuming to draw.
No. I am sure that your the artist that you pick.
I'd love to, but what happening with job? I was like, oh my god, we need a professional here. But I made the sketches. I won't spoil. This little doggy with this.
Oh yes, I love it.
Pie chart doggy. It was my invention. I am so proud of it. So our mascot, such a cutie.
It's super cute. I want a drawing of this dog.
Yes. Epoxy resin. It didn't take overnight. I just so tell me I have to continue next morning and nothing changed there. It was some strange reason. Maybe it was bad. I don't know. I didn't understand. It was a really new tool for me, so I was just didn't know. It's so problematic. Yes, let me check.
I
really love your story. I think
incredible story, yeah. And you never give up. Yeah, you keep going out, you keep going, you keep finding solution, you keep on the way. You want to reach your goal, you go for it. And I think with your artistry as well, I think the result is really amazing. And among your project, which one were you more passionate about? The personal one, I guess.
I think first one, the red plate with was the favorite of mine. Of course, it was the favorite. But later the world depths, I think I love it more because it's like more complex. It's not like a personal story. It's a global story, but
it's a bigger story.
Yes, I love the color. I love this sadness and struggling I'm going through. So maybe it's still the favorite my. But I think it's bracelet too. I don't know. It's so hard to choose one. But Death Mortality, I think, is the best. But the struggle here was.
So the struggle is more when you make handmade data art with your hand, like epoxy and bracelet. When you come to the material, the 3D, it's become harder or more time consuming.
I'm not sure. Yes,
no?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not so sure. Is it? Especially when we're working with different materials, it's always something new. And when I get that, and when I got that collection of that art project, I could see that someone made the dresses from the data, made some jewelry from the data, made the I don't know, napkin from the data, everything from the data, plate. One lady made the cups and the teapots from the clue, made the data elements about her friends, and she presented to her friends and relatives. And I understand that any material is okay, but with familiar, it's simpler. And that's why in community, when they I don't know how to draw, I don't know how to work with BI. BI analysts making their data arts with Tableau. Tableau have many data art techniques inside. But if you don't know how to BI, you don't know how to draw, they was like, oh, what to do? But I know how to knit. I like, just do it. And as a lady, she made 18 dolls. She made it 18 dolls about football, about different leagues with different color of hairs, eyes, and some wear them. She with 8 big dolls. It was like, wow. You don't need to draw something. You have just to use any power you have, any skill you have. Who was this that artist who just used the metal Cooper tubes and made some positive trends out from them? I forgot the surname. I always inspire everyone with these techniques. If you man, you could just work with tubes. What's the problem? Get the shells, I don't know, garbage, and create something nice out of them. If you have it, if you have the material, if you have some skill to work with something, maybe to work with the leather, with the soap, with the candles. There's so many little skills in the world. So if you create something, if you don't just get the liner, the pen, and just draw it with some tools, it's okay. In school we gave the simple skills. It's okay to use them. Half of a part of data artists just do it, maybe by hand, maybe in some Figma or Illustrator like tool. So tools are interesting part of the process, but not the important.
Thank you, Natalia. Thank you. Is there any more question? I think
I talked so fast.
No.
So we don't have
question and emotion. This was an amazing session.
Just write me in LinkedIn if you have more questions. I'll answer with a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Natalia.
Thank you for your nice and warm community. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you.
Stay tuned for our next episode that we will be released soon. So
bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.